Welcome back to the math section of the College Initiative's ACT Prep video series. This is the second video in our math series, Geometry. Geometry is a section that's widely represented in the Math ACT, so we need to make sure that we know how to manipulate it. You should already know the stats so far. Goes over geometry, also algebra, also trigonometry. We're going over geometry in this video. 60 questions, 60 minutes. A minute per question, but if you know how to do these, it should be pretty easy for you. You might even finish under time. So, triangles are the main focus of the geometry questions. There are three kinds of triangles. Equilateral, in which all sides are of equal length, each angle measuring at 60 degrees. That's because there are 180 degrees represented in every triangle. In an isosceles triangle, two angles are equal, and their two opposite sides are also equal. Finally, the right triangle, one angle measures 90 degrees. The other two angles, when they're added together, will also measure 90 degrees because, again, a triangle has 180 degrees in it. So some triangle tips. If you're ever trying to figure out what an angle is in a triangle, or even in some parallel lines that are bisected by another line, you can use vertical angles. A vertical angle is when two lines intersect. The pairs of angles opposite each other are called vertical angles. They have the same degree measurement. So for example, this angle and this angle, vertical angles. That means if this angle is 90 degrees, this angle is 90 degrees. If this is 80 degrees, this is 80 degrees, on and on and on. Supplementary angles are pairs of angles whose measurements add up to 180 degrees. These form a straight line. That means this angle here are going to be supplementary angles. So if this is 100 degrees here, this will be 80 degrees. This is 90, this will be 90, on and on and on. You can do math all day long if you want. Now, the Pythagorean theorem, a lot of times you're going to have to find either the length of a side of a triangle or a hypotenuse or any number of things. So this can be used with right triangles, and the formula is as follows. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. C here is the hypotenuse of the triangle, or the side opposite the right angle, and A and B are the sides. So we got A here, B here, C here. So that means if A is 2, B is 3, and we need to figure out C, I'm going to do A squared is 4, 3 squared is 9, that means 13 is going to be the square root, or rather the square of C. We're going to take the radical of 13, that's some kind of irrational number, so the hypotenuse is going to be radical 13 here. So perimeter is the length around a shape. A lot of times you're going to be asked to find the perimeter of some kind of shape. For non-circular shapes, all you've got to do is add the length of the sides. For circles, the perimeter or circumference is pi times diameter. That diameter is just 2 times your radius. For area, for a square or a rectangle, area equals length times width. For a circle, area equals pi times radius squared. And for a triangle, area is 1/2 the base times height. Trapezoid, area is 1/2 of base 1 plus base 2 times the height. Volume. For a rectangular prism or a cube, volume is the length times the width times the height. For a cylinder, it's pi times radius squared times height. And for a sphere, it's 4/3 pi times the radius cubed. Forgive this extra times here. And graph skills. You need to know that a translation, an object slides from one place to another. Rotation, an object is being turned or spun around a point. Then a reflection, an object is being reflected across a line when the object is flipped so that it appears as a mirror image on the other side of the line. That's it for geometry skills. If you get this vocabulary down and these formulas for area, for perimeter, for volume, you're basically going to have a pretty easy time on the geometry problems. Check back for our trigonometry video. Have a good day.